What up? What up? This is Connor Lyons, and this is the first episode of The Lion's Den. Welcome to the den. As you can see, it's a little dark in a den. This thing's in the dark. Hard hats on. We're going to be previewing wildcard weekend here, betting picks for each game, analyzing each game, seeing where the advantages might be. A little rest here. Some teams peaked early, some teams peaking right now. We're going to get into that all coming up after our sponsor. We are sponsored by the Home Depot. This is where doers get more done. Uh, Special one here. We're just gonna get this out quick. This is gonna come out right about game time. We would be on Indiana tonight. I would be on Indiana minus the 3. If you want to buy the hook, you could. It might be expensive. I also like Indiana in some teasers going the other way as long as you get it to 3.5 or to 7.5. Also, if you could get 8.5, Oregon likes to play cheeky, so that would be important. I do like Indiana. I think Indiana's the side tonight. But let's get into it with the NFL picks. First game, Saturday afternoon in Carolina. Rams 10.5 point favorites, 10.5, 11. These guys played in earlier in the regular season, and the Rams thoroughly outplayed the Panthers. It wasn't really that close of a game. There was a pick six, and the Panthers kind of just played their style, which is the way they want to play. But the Panthers are not good. They're not a good team. The Rams are getting Devontae back. Their passing attack should be good. This is what Nick Wright likes to call better than a bye. Get the legs moving, stay fresh. I would play the Rams minus 10.5 even. If you somehow could get it down to 9.5, I don't mind, especially in 10-point teasers, getting them pick them or minus a half. I would love that. I don't think there's much analysis needed in that game. Now we move on to one of the bigger games. Packers at Bears. Bears plus 1.5 at home. The Packers have outplayed these guys in both matchups and have been leading pretty much the entire time in both. Won the first one in Green Bay, lost the second one in Chicago late. Um, I think Packers definitely have the rest advantage here. They sat everybody last week. The Bears played everybody. So Packers huge rest advantage there. They're also getting a little healthier. They're getting some guys back. Love's going to be back, even though Malik Willis has been good. No need. Like, come on. Are we really going to fool for this Malik Willis? Like, this is kind of giving some, sneaky Matt Flynn vibes where the Seahawks overpaid for no reason after one good game. I know Willis has had like two or three, but still, let's not make the Matt Flynn mistake here. Some other notes on this game. Uh, Sorry, I had something written down here. I mean, the Bears' run game should show up this game. It showed up the last two times they've been effective running the football. This is really on Caleb, and I'm a Caleb believer. I think he was one of the best prospects coming out. Him, T Law, and Andrew Luck, three best prospects in my lifetime. I think the play for this game, I do think it's going to be tight. I do think the Packers have they have the rest advantage, but I think Chicago at home, Soldier Field's going to be rocking. I like a two-team teaser here, and this is going to be one of my picks, official picks. If I were doing them, this would be a pick, and it would be Bears plus 7.5, under 50.5, two-team 6-point teaser. That should be minus 110, maybe minus 120, whatever books you're on. I love that. Get the Bears plus a touchdown and a hook, 50.5 points. This game should be somewhere in the high 30s, low 40s, if I had to guess. I think your under should come in fine. Now we go to the best game of the week, the best QB matchup of the first round, and that's going to be Bills Jags Sunday morning in Jacksonville. Jags slight dog at home, +1, pick 'em even. And this is the best game on the board. Both teams are awesome. I'm a big time Josh Allen guy, and I'm a big time Trevor Lawrence guy. So this is awesome. I truly don't have a pick in this game. The Bills do have the slight rest advantage. They didn't really play many guys last week, so they're going to be well rested. Jags pulled some guys as they were killing Tennessee. Uh, I think the Bills secondary definitely could pose a little problems for the Jags, and and but then it's, can the Bills get the run game going? I just want to watch this one and have fun. I hope you guys do too, because this should be a premier matchup. Total's been rising. I could see the over. If you could put a gun to my dome, as one of my famous friends, hey, gun to the dome, LCA. I know you're out there. You gotta. I think you just have to take Josh Allen here. I do think though, and this is a prediction, winner of this game will make the Super Bowl. That is a lock. I think out of the AFC, I would definitely say that. If you want to play either team in a teaser, I would definitely tease it. I would definitely play either team if you really like them. I think this game could go either way. There's so many directions this could go. I mean, Jaguars normally a shakies game team, but they kind of get the Sunday shakies. They get the early morning. I forgot to mention Rams Panthers, the shakies game this year. Kind of not very stylistic for a shakies game. We need the Texans in there for a classic shakies. All right, now we got Sunday afternoon, Niners plus 5.5 at the Eagles. Eagles, big time rest advantage. Also, physically are in a much better spot. Niners are decimated. They got physically manhandled by the Seahawks on Saturday night the other day. It was ugly. Seahawks should have won by 21, 20 plus. It was a beatdown. The sick thing is, I kind of see this as a Niners spot because the Eagles' offense is so brutal. Jalen Hurts is so brutal. They just don't move the ball. They go 3-and-out all the time. Whenever they do get it going, it looks great, but they never get it going. And I do think the Niners' offense could be live. This is a check the weather before the game, see what's going on. Should be fine. I'm leaning Niners plus 5.5. This is one where I'd stay tuned. Really look, the line has been moving up. I do think this also could be a play the Eagles in the under. Could be a play there. I wouldn't have an official pick on this game, but I do think it should be low scoring. So I would probably lean under. And if you're gonna lean the under, it's probably going Philly's way. So I don't mind. I don't mind playing Philly in the under. That could be a play. But yeah, next game, Sunday Night Football. My San Diego Chargers. I know it's LA, but there they are, right up here, right there, Herbert jersey. Plus 3.5 at the Pats. This is obviously this is the game that means the most to me, and I do think it's a great spot for my Chargers. Our O line is horrible. 31st against the pass, 32nd against the run. It's not good. It's not good. But the Patriots 25th at rushing the passer. And if you give my King Herbert some time to wheel and deal, I think they got a shot. I think this is also going to be one of my plays. I like Chargers plus 3.5. I would be on Chargers money line. You're getting the plus odds. First time Drake May's ever been in the playoffs. It's a young team. They are getting guys back. Will Campbell's coming back. I just think that Herbert, it's his time. They have been so. You ask yourself, how is this team won 11 wins with how bad their offensive line is? They can get it done. It's just Herbert. It's Herbert. He finds a way. You can glaze him all you want. You can say, oh, stop glazing him, Eli, stop doing this. He gets it done. He doesn't have any help. And I know they're going to say, oh, he's never won a playoff game. Never won a playoff game. Well, when you have toddlers coaching your team like Brandon Staley and decision makers and just the stench of the Chargers, stuff like that happens. Okay, so I think the Chargers are really alive. Wouldn't surprise me if this totally backfires and New England kicks our ass because we have not had success there in the past. But New England hasn't faced many tests this year. When they did early in the season, they beat Buffalo late in the year, kicking their ass early, and then they get housed late. Just gave up, I believe it was 35 unanswered or 28 unanswered. It was quick. But yeah, I like the Chargers. I think it's a good matchup. And then Monday Night Football for Rodgers. Texans at Steelers plus 3.5. This is awesome. 12-0 Mike Tomlin is on Monday Night Football at home. Texans have already peaked this year. They're riding a hot winning streak right now, but they are not hot themselves. They have definitely cooled off the last couple weeks after a really impressive November and early December. I love the Steelers in this spot. I love playing them in a teaser. I love the 3.5. I love getting it to 10.5 if you can. I wouldn't mind 14 if you can. I love teasing them up. I love that. And as of now, that's the preview. I know, quick preview. This is the first ever Lions Den video. We're just gonna try it out. We'll see how it do. We'll see how the picks go. My official picks this weekend will be Bears plus 7.5, under 50.5, 2-point teaser. Chargers money line, and then Steelers plus 3.5 and Steelers plus 10.5. And I'll be playing that probably with an open slot if I were to do it. Those would be my official picks. The leans, Rams minus 10.5, obviously Bears, lean Bills. As of now, toughest game on the board. I'm leaning Niners, but there is a chance that I might change myself on that. I don't know how to feel. Obviously, like the Chargers, love the Steelers. Check the weather reports in Pittsburgh, New England, Philadelphia, and Chicago. Honestly, check them all outdoor games this weekend. So weather could be a factor for totals. I think a teased under in the Bears Packers game is pretty good. I think the under in the Eagles game is pretty good. The Texans Steelers is really low. I could see that. I also could sneaky see an over in Chargers Pats with clear weather. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. And then a little preview. I love, and this is what I heard from a longtime watcher of the Bill and Joe House, obviously Bill Simmons podcast. Joe House, friend of the show, not this show. Hopefully one day though. Seahawks Jags Super Bowl matchup, and specifically Seahawks to beat the Jags. I believe plus 3,000 odds might have come down. This could be a wonky year, kind of like that. It seems like a year where this is the type of Super Bowl we would get. I also do think winner of Jags Bills into the AFC is the AFC representative. So yeah, thanks for joining us here. Thanks for joining me. I'm Eli, by the way, if any of you guys don't know that, for first-time watchers. And yeah, there's the plays. If you missed any of them, I'll try and pin some down below. Please drop a like, follow, subscribe, and we're going to keep it going. Quality will be better in the future, but don't forget, hard hats on as always. Always keep them hard hats on. And go Chargers. Bolt up.